on YouTube, sorry. So, guys, if you hear, if you see something on your screen saying you are live on YouTube, it's just going to be for should be about 10 or 15 minutes. Okay. As usual, I'm going to start the recording. Please let me know if you can't speak today, guys. Let us know in the chat box. I'm starting the class now. All right, so this is OET speaking. It's Monday, so as I said, we're going to just focus first class just on something that OET are grading you on, part of the criteria. And today it is the patient's perspective, the perspective of the patient in OET. So what I want to do is talk about this idea at the start, just introduction. What is incorporating the patient's perspective? Then we'll have a little diagram. We can look at what OET are looking for. We need to understand specifically what do OET say. It doesn't matter, does it, what I say, what Paul says, what Lawrence says. What matters is what do OET say they are looking for in the speaking. Finally, at the end of the class, I'll go through common mistakes, because with most of these things, you see the same mistake every time. Okay, so at least if you can know what the problem is, you can begin to try to avoid the mistakes. Tomorrow, you'll be practicing. Wednesday, you'll be practicing. Thursday, practicing. Okay, but today is just more about let's understand. Let's understand. So let's start with someone I don't want to give the answer. You tell me. So Victoria, for example. Victoria, could you start us off today?
Yes.
So I just want to know, what is incorporating the patient's perspective in general?
I
In
think we need to ask patient what they know about this and what their view on this point.
Okay, so let me write that down. So she says, ask what they know. And
About their condition or maybe
what
disease.
did you say? What they feel? What did
They
you
know.
their
They
opinion?
know.
I know she said two things though, guys. I've forgotten. What did she say? Ask what they know and what their opinion is.
Yeah, what their perspective
Okay.
like thoughts.
So only one of these is patient's perspective. Guys, is knowing perspective or is opinion perspective? Which one?
Opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's opinion. Okay. So just to give an example of this, Victoria, if I say like, do you know who Donald Trump is? I always use this example, right?
Okay.
She can say, yes, I know who he is. Am I getting her perspective on Donald Trump? No, right? It's
No.
just knowledge is different from opinion. Knowledge is different from opinion. So we're talking about the opinion of the patient, but also feelings as well. Okay. So ask what their opinion or feeling is. This is in general. I'm going to say it's a good answer, Victoria. In general, guys, this is what we're talking about today. Rather than asking, maybe we can say getting, get, to make this more simple. Let's have an example as well. Let's have a very simple example. Who can give me an example of getting the opinion of the patient or getting the feelings? Mashid, could you give me an example of
The simple question is, how do you feel today?
so how do you feel today? Is she right, guys? Is this an example of trying to incorporate the patient's perspective? Is she right?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
I think so. What else can we do though? Tashita, is there something else we can do? Maybe we can have two examples.
Uh, we can ask, is there anything bothering you today?
Is anything bothering you? Helen, do you want to add something as well here?
After explaining something, we can say, how does that sound?
I think how does that sound? It can be like getting their opinion or their feeling. Belkis, there's lots of people here. Belkis,
And we can say, what seems to be the problem today?
What seems to be the problem? There's many things like this. How do you feel today? What seems to be the problem today? What about Mame? Do you have something else as well?
In your own words, could you tell me a little bit more?
This is one I really like. In your own words. Okay. Can you tell me a little bit more? That's a good one. Because what is your own words? What is that? It's perspective, right? Your own. That's a very idiomatic way to say, give me your perspective. Helen, what about you?
Do you have any idea what might have caused your pain?
So,
Something like that.
what do you think? Yes, might have caused your, and then we could have a blank here. Okay, so this is amazing. So many people with ideas, but I'll just stop here. That we already have many good examples. Okay. In general, we're talking about patient getting or obtaining the opinions or the feelings of the patient. Okay, but what do OET say? What do OET say about this? They do not only say it's this. Does anyone know how many points or how many things OET say about the patient's perspective? Put your hand up. Give me the number. Like, do they say 3 things? Do they say 5 things? Aishat, how many things do OET say about this?
3 things.
Is it 3? Okay, so is she right, guys? Are there actually three sort of criteria in OET on this?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
I think she's right. Sometimes I do not remember correctly, but let's look. Let's look. Yes, 3 things. And let's focus on these today. So let's get some people to read these. So Fareed, can you read this for us? Would you mind reading that?
Yes. Eliciting and exploring the patient idea, concern, and expectation. Picking
Okay.
up the patient.
Yeah. So B2, yeah, as well, if you want.
Is picking up the patient cues and relating explanation to elicit idea, concern, and expectation.
Okay. So as I always say each week, this is full of teacher or educational, maybe we can say educational jargon. What is jargon? Barnas, what is jargon?
A terminology.
Terminology. And this is bad, isn't it, for patients? You should not use jargon with patients. And I think teachers should not use jargon with students. Okay, so what we're going to do is we need to simplify this, don't we? We need to make this more simple. So I'm going to put you guys now in groups just for a short time. I want you to discuss what does it really mean in normal language? Okay, I want you to go into groups and discuss what do these mean in normal, simple, basic language. Is that clear, everyone? Is it clear what I want?
Yes.
Yes.
So go in, have a chat as well. You can do a little bit of speaking, speaking to each other. I'll give you just 3 or 4 minutes. Off you go, guys. Join the rooms and talk about what it means. I will share my screen so you guys can see this in the rooms, and I'll put a little thing here. So discuss what this means. Discuss what this means. 1. Can you simplify it? 2. Can you give examples? And if you're watching on YouTube, I think I'll leave it there. Okay, so we do speaking classes every day. We do reading, listening, writing classes every day, and this is the speaking class. We're focusing in this class on just understanding what OET want. If you're interested in SET, check us out, setenglish.com.